Self-discipline is the cornerstone of success. Without it, we can have all the talent, all the vision, and all the dreams in the world. But without the ability to focus and consistently apply effort, those dreams will remain just that, dreams. The first step in building self-discipline is understanding its importance and its power. It's easy to get distracted in today's fast-paced world, where opportunities and temptations are constantly vying for our attention. However, self-discipline allows us to filter out the noise, focus on what truly matters, and take consistent actions that lead us to our goals. Now, self-discipline is not about being rigid or controlling. It's about taking control of your actions and choices. It's about understanding that every decision you make, no matter how small, has an impact on your future. I always say, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. That's the first step in self-discipline, making the decision to begin. You see, the hardest part is not about having the motivation or the plan. It's about deciding to take the first step, even when it feels uncomfortable or challenging. Building self-discipline starts with understanding your why. When your purpose is clear and powerful, it acts as a driving force, pushing you through the tough times and keeping you focused on the bigger picture. This why is what makes self-discipline easier. It's what helps you prioritize long-term gains over short-term pleasures. Ask yourself, why do you want to achieve your goals? Is it to provide for your family, to be your best self, or to make a positive impact in the world? When your purpose is strong, self-discipline becomes less of a burden and more of a natural alignment with your desires. One of the biggest hurdles people face in developing self-discipline is the temptation of instant gratification. In our world, everything is designed for convenience and speed. Fast food, social media, and entertainment are all just a click away, offering quick pleasure with little effort. But success, as we all know, doesn't come from instant gratification. Success comes from making the right choices consistently, day in and day out, even when it's not easy or fun. Building self-discipline means resisting those fleeting moments of instant gratification and focusing on the bigger, long-term rewards that come from putting in the work today. Self-discipline is also about managing your time effectively. Time is one of the most valuable resources we have, and it's something we can never get back. Every day we have 24 hours, and how we choose to spend those hours ultimately determines the direction of our lives. I'm often asked how successful people manage their time. The answer is simple: they make time for what matters. They prioritize their tasks, set clear goals, and eliminate distractions. They don't waste time on things that won't bring them closer to their dreams. Self-discipline means taking control of your time, being intentional with how you spend it, and choosing to work on the things that will propel you forward. Another crucial aspect of self-discipline is the ability to stay focused. In a world full of distractions, staying focused is a skill that requires practice. It's easy to get pulled in a million directions, but the key to success is learning how to direct your energy towards the things that will have the greatest impact. This means setting clear goals and breaking them down into manageable tasks. It means creating a daily routine that supports your objectives and sticking to it, even when you'd rather do something else. Focus is about choosing what you'll say yes to and what you'll say no to. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Being disciplined means making sure your yeses align with your goals and values. Let's not forget that self-discipline also involves being kind to yourself. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of perfection, think that every mistake is a failure, or that every setback is a sign you're not good enough. But that's not true. Self-discipline isn't about being perfect, it's about being persistent. It's about getting back on track when you slip up rather than giving up completely. The journey to success isn't a straight line, it's filled with twists, turns, and obstacles. What matters most is how you respond when things don't go according to plan. Do you give up, or do you rise again with renewed determination? As Zig Ziglar always said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Self-discipline is about starting and then continuing even when the going gets tough. It's about building the habit of perseverance and sticking to the plan even when it's hard. Remember, every time you make a disciplined choice, you're reinforcing a positive habit that will serve you in the future. And the more you practice self-discipline, the easier it becomes to make those choices. In conclusion, self-discipline is the foundation of success. It's what separates the dreamers from the achievers. It's not about being perfect. It's about making consistent, purposeful choices every day that move you closer to your goals. Whether it's resisting the temptation of instant gratification, managing your time effectively, staying focused, or picking yourself up after a setback, self-discipline is the key to unlocking your potential. So take the first step today. Start building that discipline, and I promise you the rewards will be worth every ounce of effort. The road to success begins with self-discipline, and it's one that can lead you to greater heights than you ever imagined. Keep moving forward, and I'll see you at the top. One of the key aspects of building self-discipline and achieving success is learning to stay consistent, no matter what. Consistency is the secret ingredient that turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary results. The truth is, success doesn't happen overnight. And it certainly doesn't come from a one-time burst of energy. It comes from showing up day in and day out, putting in the work, and staying focused on your goals, even when the excitement starts to fade or the obstacles seem overwhelming. That's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Consistency is like the fuel that keeps your momentum going. Without it, you'll start and stop, and never make any real progress. But when you commit to staying consistent, even on days when you don't feel like it, you begin to build a track record of success. And let me tell you, there's no better feeling than looking back at the work you've put in and realizing how far you've come. Now, consistency doesn't mean perfection. We're all human, and there will be days when we fall short or make mistakes. That's okay. The key is not to let those setbacks define us. The goal is to get back on track as quickly as possible and not allow one-off day to derail our entire journey. Consistency means showing up every day, not letting the little stumbles and failures take you off course. It's about doing the things you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. Because the reality is, feelings are fleeting, motivation can come and go, but your commitment to your goals has to be stronger than any passing emotion. Think about it like this. Every time you make the choice to stay consistent, you're investing in your future. Every day you do the work, even when it feels tedious or unimportant, you're creating a foundation for your success. And that foundation will pay off in the long run, even if you can't see it right away. Success is built on small, consistent actions that compound over time. So it's not about waiting for the perfect moment to begin. It's about showing up consistently, no matter the circumstances. One of the reasons consistency is so powerful is because it builds habits. When you do something consistently, it stops feeling like a chore and starts to become second nature. Good habits are the backbone of self-discipline. And when you have a set of good habits, success doesn't feel like an uphill battle. It feels like the natural result of the systems you've put in place. When you wake up every morning with the habit of working towards your goal, it becomes easier and easier to stay on course. But let's be clear, consistency doesn't mean you're always doing the same thing every day. It means you're continuously working towards your goal in a way that's productive and aligned with your vision. The method may change, the strategies may evolve, but the consistency of your efforts remains the same. For example, if your goal is to improve your fitness, consistency doesn't mean working out in the same way every single day. It means consistently making time for exercise and pushing yourself to improve, even if your workouts vary. Whether it's a new routine, a new approach, or a different challenge, the commitment to your health and fitness remains unwavering. Consistency also requires patience. I know it's not always easy to be patient, especially when you want to see results quickly. But remember, success isn't an overnight event, it's a journey. Think of the growth of a tree. It takes years for the tree to mature, but every single day it's growing and getting stronger, even when you can't see it. The same goes for your success. Every effort you put in, every step you take is building towards something greater, even if you don't see immediate results. It takes time for the seeds of your efforts to bear fruit. And that's why consistency is so important. It's the act of watering those seeds day after day, trusting that growth is happening, even when the results aren't immediately visible. You also need to be strategic about your consistency. It's not enough just to show up every day. You need to show up with purpose and intention. What are the specific actions that will move you closer to your goal? What's the best way to organize your efforts to maximize your time and energy? Being consistent doesn't mean mindlessly going through the motions. It means putting in deliberate, focused effort every time. Without this kind of intentional consistency, it's easy to get stuck in a routine that doesn't actually bring you closer to your goals. So how do we maintain consistency when life gets in the way? Well, we all face obstacles, busy schedules, personal challenges, distractions. But the key is to stay flexible while remaining committed to your end goal. Sometimes life will throw you a curveball, and you may need to adjust your approach or your timeline. But don't let those challenges become excuses to quit. Be adaptable, but stay relentless in your pursuit of consistency. When you've committed to your goals and make consistency a habit, no external obstacle will be strong enough to derail your progress. In conclusion, consistency is the secret to turning your dreams into reality. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter, showing up every day and putting in the effort even when it's difficult. When you make consistency a priority, you build the momentum that leads to success. So start today, no matter where you are in your journey. Make that commitment to yourself. Stay consistent, stay focused, and trust the process. The results will come. You'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come, all because you chose to stay consistent. And as I always say, success is not for the chosen few, it's for those who choose to be consistent. Keep going, and I'll see you at the top. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal in the journey toward success: focus. Focus is the difference between achieving your goals and chasing after them endlessly without ever reaching them. It's the ability to direct your attention toward what truly matters and avoid the distractions that pull you off course. In today's world, we are bombarded by distractions, emails, social media, notifications, and endless demands on our time. It's easy to get overwhelmed and scattered, trying to juggle everything. But if you want to succeed, you have to learn how to focus on the task at hand, set aside the distractions, and keep your eye on the prize. Focus is the secret weapon of successful people. It's not about how much time you spend working, it's about how effectively you use your time. It's about putting all your energy and attention into what matters most and shutting out everything else. When you're focused, you're fully present in whatever you're doing. Whether you're working on a project, developing a new skill, or building a relationship, focus allows you to give your best effort and make the most out of every moment. The first step in developing focus is to clearly define your goals. If you don't know what you're aiming for, how can you expect to stay focused? Goals provide you a direction. They give you something concrete to work toward. It's like getting in a car and driving without knowing the destination. You may be moving, but you're not making any real progress. Clear goals give you that sense of direction. They help you avoid wandering aimlessly and ensure that every effort you put forth is purposeful. Once your goals are set, the next step is to break them down into smaller, manageable tasks. Big goals can be overwhelming, and when you feel overwhelmed, it's easy to get distracted or give up. But when you break those goals into smaller steps, it becomes much easier to focus. Each small task is a mini goal in itself, and accomplishing each one brings you closer to the bigger picture. Focus is about concentrating on one task at a time and doing it to the best of your ability without getting bogged down by everything else that's going on around you. Here's the thing about focus: it's a choice. You can choose to focus, or you can choose to let distractions take over. It's not always easy, especially when the distractions are so tempting. But the truth is, if you want to achieve greatness, you have to be intentional about where you place your energy. Every time you give in to a distraction, you're taking away from the time and effort you could be putting into something important. Focus requires discipline. It requires saying no to the things that don't serve your goals and saying yes to the things that will move you forward. Another key to maintaining focus is creating an environment that supports it. Think about it: if you're constantly surrounded by distractions, how can you expect to stay focused? Whether it's your workspace, your phone, or the people around you, you need to take control of your environment to maximize your focus. Turn off unnecessary notifications, create a quiet space to work, and set boundaries with the people around you. If you're constantly being interrupted, it's impossible to stay focused on what matters. A clean, organized, and quiet space can do wonders for your ability to concentrate and stay productive. But focus isn't just about eliminating distractions, it's also about prioritizing your time and energy. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but how we use those hours makes all the difference. Successful people prioritize their tasks and work on the most important ones first. They don't waste time on tasks that don't align with their goals. Instead, they focus on the activities that will bring them closer to where they want to be. The ability to prioritize and say no to things that don't contribute to your success is a key component of staying focused. In addition to prioritizing, you also need to manage your energy. Focus is not just about time, it's about how effectively you use your mental and physical energy. When you're tired or burned out, it's difficult to stay focused, no matter how much you want to succeed. That's why it's so important to take care of yourself. Get enough rest, eat well, exercise, and take breaks when needed. When you're at your best physically and mentally, your focus sharpens, and you're able to give your best effort to whatever you're doing. One of the most powerful ways to improve focus is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being fully present in the moment without letting your mind wander to the past or the future. It's about immersing yourself completely in the task at hand. When you practice mindfulness, you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings, and you're better able to redirect your attention when it starts to wander. This level of awareness is a game changer when it comes to focus. Now, I know it's not always easy to stay focused. There will be days when distractions seem impossible to ignore, when you're tired or when the task at hand feels overwhelming. But remember, focus is a muscle. It gets stronger the more you use it. The more you practice focusing, the easier it becomes, and the results speak for themselves. The more focused you are, the more productive you'll be, and the more productive you are, the closer you'll get to your goals. In conclusion, focus is a critical element of success. It's what allows you to cut through the noise, stay on track, and make real progress toward your dreams. Without focus, all the hard work you put in will be scattered and unfocused, and your results will be inconsistent. But when you choose to focus, to concentrate your energy and efforts on what truly matters, you unlock your true potential. Stay disciplined, eliminate distractions, create an environment that supports your focus, and prioritize your time. When you do that, nothing can stop you from achieving the success you desire. Keep your eyes on the prize and keep moving forward with laser-like focus. The path to success is clear, and focus will guide you every step of the way. One of the greatest keys to building self-discipline for success is understanding the importance of developing the right mindset. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world, your challenges, and your potential. It shapes how you respond to setbacks, how you approach obstacles, and most importantly, how you perceive your ability to succeed. If you want to cultivate lasting self-discipline and achieve your goals, you must first train your mind to think in a way that propels you forward, not holds you back. The first step in cultivating the right mindset is to embrace the power of positive thinking. This isn't about ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on the possibilities rather than the problems. It's about having a mindset that sees opportunities even in the face of adversity. When you adopt this kind of mindset, you open yourself up to solutions and opportunities that you might otherwise overlook. A positive mindset doesn't just help you stay motivated, it makes you resilient in the face of challenges, giving you the strength to persevere when things get tough. It's also important to understand that mindset is not fixed. You can change how you think, how you approach problems, and how you react to setbacks. A growth mindset, as opposed to a fixed mindset, is the belief that your abilities and intelligence are not set in stone. They can be developed through hard work, dedication, and learning. People with a growth mindset see failure as a learning opportunity, not as a defeat. They understand that failure is not an end point, it's just a stepping stone on the road to success. This mindset enables them to persist in the face of obstacles and continually strive to improve. One of the most powerful aspects of the right mindset is the ability to control your thoughts. Your thoughts directly influence your actions, and your actions ultimately determine your results. If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts about yourself, your abilities, or your potential, you're less likely to take the action needed to reach your goals. But if you can learn to control your thoughts and replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations, you start to shift your behavior in a more productive direction. Your thoughts can either hold you back or push you forward. It's your choice. Another crucial element of the right mindset is developing a sense of self-belief. If you don't believe in yourself, you won't have the confidence to take risks or pursue your goals with passion and determination. You must believe that you are worthy of success and that you have the capacity to achieve whatever you set your mind to. This belief doesn't come overnight, and it's something that you must continually nurture. Start by recognizing your strengths, celebrating your achievements, and focusing on your potential rather than your past mistakes. Every small win builds your confidence, and the more you believe in yourself, the more likely you are to take bold, decisive action. Equally important is the ability to stay disciplined even when motivation wanes. Let's face it, motivation is often fleeting. Some days you'll feel on top of the world, ready to take on anything. Other days you might struggle to get out of bed, let alone accomplish your tasks. But that's where discipline comes in. Discipline is about sticking to your commitments even when you don't feel like it. It's about knowing that your future success is more important than any temporary feeling of discomfort or laziness. When you train your mind to stay disciplined, you are conditioning yourself to take consistent action even on the tough days. This is what turns dreams into reality. One of the most valuable tools in shaping the right mindset is setting clear, actionable goals. Without goals, your mindset will lack direction and your efforts will be scattered. But when you set clear, specific goals, your mind has a target to aim for. Goals give you a sense of purpose and make it easier to stay focused on the tasks that will move you closer to success. But remember, goals are not just about the destination, they're about the journey as well. The mindset that you develop along the way through the discipline, resilience, and persistence required to reach those goals is just as important as the achievement itself. In fact, it's often the mindset that determines whether or not you succeed. Building a strong mindset also involves the ability to stay patient and persistent. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it certainly doesn't come without that effort. Developing the right mindset means being patient with yourself, understanding that growth takes time, and that setbacks are a natural part of the process. When you cultivate the mindset of persistence, you're less likely to quit when things get tough. Instead, you'll press on, learning from your failures, adjusting your strategy, and moving forward with determination. The right mindset also requires emotional resilience. Life will throw challenges your way, there's no avoiding that. But how you handle those challenges is what determines your success. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from failure, disappointment, or setbacks and continue pursuing your goals with determination. It's about managing your emotions, staying calm under pressure, and keeping your eyes on the prize. When you develop emotional resilience, you learn that your emotions don't control you, you control them. You learn to stay focused on your goals no matter what happens around you. In conclusion, the mindset you cultivate plays a pivotal role in your ability to build self-discipline and achieve success. The right mindset gives you the foundation for resilience, persistence, and growth. It enables you to stay focused, maintain self-belief, and keep going even when the going gets tough. It's not enough to simply go through the motions. You must train your mind to think in a way that supports your goals and empowers you to take action. By embracing a positive mindset, focusing on growth, and nurturing your self-belief, you create the mental strength necessary for lasting success. So get out there, train your mind, and commit to developing a mindset that will carry you all the way to your goals. Remember, success begins in the mind, and when you've got the right mindset, there's no limit to what you can achieve. To truly unlock the power of self-discipline, one of the most important steps you can take is mastering time management. Time, as we all know, is a finite resource. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. And the question isn't how much time we have, but how effectively we use it. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the ones who have the most time, but the ones who make the most of the time they have. If you want to develop self-discipline and achieve success, you must learn to manage your time wisely. Now, you might be thinking, I already know how to manage my time, but the truth is, many people mistakenly think they're managing their time effectively when they're simply filling their hours with tasks that don't move them closer to their goals. Time management isn't just about staying busy, it's about being productive, staying focused on your priorities, and making sure that every minute counts toward your long-term success. The first step in mastering time management is to get crystal clear about your priorities. Without clear priorities, it's easy to get lost in the shuffle of daily tasks, responding to the most immediate needs rather than the most important ones. The key is to identify what really matters to you, what your long-term goals are, and make those things your focus. Once you have your priorities in order, everything else will fall into place. You'll know where to direct your energy, and you'll stop wasting time on things that don't contribute to your success. The next step is learning to say no. Successful people don't say yes to everything. They are selective about where they invest their time. Saying yes to every request, every meeting, and every distraction takes away from the things that really matter. And here's the thing, saying no doesn't mean being rude or dismissive. It means setting healthy boundaries and protecting your time. You have to realize that your time is precious, and you can't afford to waste it on things that don't align with your goals. Saying no is one of the most powerful time management tools you can have. But here's another truth. Even when you've identified your priorities and learned to say no, distractions will still come your way. In our modern world, distractions are everywhere, whether it's checking your phone, social media notifications, or emails that need your attention. To maintain control over your time, you need to eliminate distractions as much as possible. This might mean setting specific times to check emails or turning off notifications when you're working on something important. The more you can eliminate distractions, the more focused and productive you'll be. And when you're focused, you're able to use your time in the most efficient way possible. Another key aspect of effective time management is setting clear, actionable goals. When you set goals, you give yourself a sense of direction. Without goals, you're like a ship without a rudder. You might be moving, but you're not going anywhere meaningful. Your goals are your roadmap, guiding you through the day, week, and year. They give you a reason to get up every morning and a sense of purpose to direct your efforts. But the key is to break those goals down into manageable steps. Big goals can be overwhelming. But when you break them into smaller, achievable tasks, you'll find that your time management becomes much easier. Focus on one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll be closer to achieving your dreams. Now, while setting goals and staying focused is critical, you must also manage your time wisely within the framework of your daily schedule. A great way to do this is by using a time blocking method. This technique involves breaking your day into blocks of time dedicated to specific tasks. For example, you might schedule the first 2 hours of your day for deep work projects that require focus and concentration. Then you might set aside an hour for meetings, followed by a block of time to check and respond to emails. This structure helps you avoid the temptation of multitasking, which often reduces efficiency and increases mistakes. By focusing on one task at a time during its designated time slot, you'll get more done in less time. Another key element of time management is understanding the importance of rest. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that in order to be productive, you need to be working constantly. But that's simply not true. We all need rest and recovery in order to perform at our best. Overworking can lead to burnout, and when you're burnt out, your productivity will plummet. That's why it's essential to schedule time for breaks throughout the day and ensure you're getting enough rest at night. Time management is not just about working harder, it's about working smarter and taking care of your mind and body so that you can continue to perform at a high level over the long term. Finally, let's talk about the importance of reviewing and reflecting on your time management. Effective time management isn't a one-time thing, it's an ongoing process. At the end of each week, take a moment to reflect on how you spent your time. Were there any tasks that could have been delegated? Did you spend too much time on activities that weren't aligned with your goals? By regularly assessing how you're using your time, you'll identify areas where you can improve and make adjustments for the future. This process of reflection and refinement is what leads to continual growth and improvement in your time management skills. In conclusion, mastering time management is absolutely essential to building self-discipline and achieving success. Time once lost can never be regained, so you need to make every minute count. By clarifying your priorities, eliminating distractions, setting actionable goals, and using techniques like time blocking, you can make the most of your time. But remember, time management isn't just about being busy, it's about being productive and making intentional decisions that align with your long-term goals. So take control of your time, stay disciplined, and watch how your life begins to change as you make each moment count. Time is your most valuable asset, and when you manage it well, you're on your way to achieving extraordinary success. One of the fundamental components of building self-discipline is the ability to develop and maintain strong habits. You see, discipline isn't about making grand, heroic efforts every day. It's about the small, consistent actions that you take each and every day that ultimately determine your success. You can have all the talent in the world, but without the discipline to consistently show up and put in the work, that talent will remain untapped. Building good habits is the secret to consistent effort and long-term achievement. The first thing you need to understand about habits is that they're not just something you do occasionally. Habits are the actions that you repeat so often that they become automatic. When you cultivate good habits, they work for you, not against you. You no longer have to struggle with motivation because your habits keep you moving forward, whether or not you feel like it. And this, my friend, is what makes habits so powerful. They take the heavy lifting out of self-discipline. But here's the truth, habits don't form overnight. It takes time, patience, and persistence to build habits that stick. In fact, research shows that it takes anywhere from 21 to 66 days for a new habit to fully form, depending on the complexity of the behavior. That means you've got to be patient with yourself. Don't expect perfection right away. Building good habits is a process, and that process requires you to stay consistent, even when the results aren't immediately apparent. The first step to building a strong habit is to start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life in one fell swoop. If you want to wake up earlier, don't try to suddenly wake up at 5 a.m. when you've been waking up at 9 a.m. Start by setting your alarm just 15 minutes earlier each day. Gradually, your body will adjust, and that small change will become part of your routine. The key here is to make it easy for yourself to succeed. When you start with small, manageable steps, you're more likely to stick with it. And once you've mastered the smaller steps, you can begin to add more complexity to your habits. Another important factor in building strong habits is consistency. I can't emphasize this enough. Consistency is the key. You see, it's not enough to just take action 1 or 2 days out of the week and expect lasting change. It's the small actions you take every single day without fail that lead to success. If you want to build the habit of exercise, for instance, you can't just work out one day and then take the next week off. You've got to commit to showing up every day no matter what. Even if it's just for a short session, the consistency of your effort will build momentum over time. One powerful way to ensure consistency is to make your habits a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. The best way to do this is to attach your new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already brush your teeth every morning, add a quick 5-minute workout right after. Or if you have a morning cup of coffee, make it a habit to read for 10 minutes while you enjoy it. When you connect a new habit to an established behavior, it becomes easier to integrate into your life because you're leveraging a routine that already exists. This is known as habit stacking, and it's one of the most effective strategies for building new habits. It's also important to track your progress. When you keep track of your habits, you create a sense of accountability for yourself. There's something incredibly motivating about marking off a day on your calendar or checking off a box on your to-do list. But each small win gives you the momentum to keep going. And when you look back and see how far you've come, it reinforces your commitment to the habit and fuels your motivation to continue. Tracking progress also helps you stay aware of any challenges or setbacks you might face, allowing you to course correct and stay on track. But let's be real for a moment, building good habits isn't always easy. There will be days when you don't feel like following through, you'll face distractions, you'll feel tired, or you'll simply lose motivation. And when that happens, the key is to not beat yourself up. Everyone slips up from time to time. The most successful people aren't the ones who never fail, they're the ones who get back up every time they fall. It's important to recognize that setbacks are part of the process. They're not an indication that you're failing, they're simply opportunities to learn and grow. The key is to get back on track as soon as possible. Even if you miss a day or two, just pick up where you left off and keep moving forward. One of the most powerful tools in building lasting habits is the power of accountability. Find someone who will support you and hold you accountable to your goals. This could be a mentor, a friend, or a coach. When you share your goals with others, you increase your level of commitment. Accountability creates a sense of responsibility, and that can be a powerful motivator when the going gets tough. It also provides an opportunity for encouragement and feedback, which can help you stay focused on your progress and make adjustments along the way. Finally, you must always remember why you're building these habits in the first place. What is the bigger goal that you're working toward, whether it's getting in shape, growing your business, or becoming more disciplined in your personal life? It's crucial to keep the end result in mind. Your habits are the stepping stones that will take you to your larger goals. When you face challenges, when you're tempted to skip your routine, remind yourself of the bigger picture. Keep your vision clear and your purpose strong. In conclusion, developing strong habits is essential for building self-discipline and achieving success. Your habits are the small, consistent actions that compound over time and lead to extraordinary results. Start small, stay consistent, track your progress, and don't be discouraged by setbacks. Remember, discipline is not about grand, sporadic efforts. It's about the daily commitment to actions that move you toward your goals. When you build habits that support your success, you set yourself up for a life of achievement and fulfillment. So make those habits work for you and watch how your discipline leads to lasting success.